we go. I'm standing with Kyle Hurtwig, the 15-18 boys 50 free champion. He won it last year. He won it this year. He's a graduating senior. That was your last 50 free race at City Meet. Give me some thoughts about that.
It's fun. It's really cool with all the Sneak Farm kids who know me for freestyle, coming to ask for help. It's really awesome to be able to perform for them, get them points.
So if you remember, Kyle swam butterfly in the mixed medley relay. His strongest stroke is freestyle, but sometimes you have to move around for what's best for the team. Then he had his chance to shine in the 50 free. Awesome job, Kyle. Anyone watching at home you'd like to give a shout out to?
My grandma and grandpa.
All right, awesome. Congrats. We'll see you a bit later.
All right, we are starting butterfly now. That's Tegan Halley for Long Point in 4, Autumn O'Connor for Ashboro in 5, Paige Sheets for Chamelon in 6.
As we start the butterfly events, David knows this. I love butterfly.
You do? I didn't know that.
So we talked about this yesterday. Butterfly, you really want to work on having your hips, your lower back, your bottom, your hips up closer to the surface of the water, which can be challenging because when you go to breathe, your hips are going to want to drop.
Autumn O'Connor had the win there in that first heat. We got a false start. Still have someone underwater, I think, who hasn't stopped. And we might have to swim a previous heat before we get to this one. There needs to be a better system to this. We need underwater speakers to get them to stop. What do you think, Tara?
That is a good idea. What do they do international level, national, like what do they?
They don't.
They don't because they're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time you're out. They're going to swim heat 3 first. In heat 3, not 4, because they want to make this really confusing for us noobs, apparently, Tara. Heat 3, in lane 1 is Neve Dutro from James Island, 2 is Stella Lewis for Sneak Farm, 3 is Avery Torek for North Charleston, 4 is Olivia Wong for the Country Club, 5 is Amelia Lennon for the Country Club, 6 is Clara Woolen for Northbridge, 7 is Sophia Barden for Chathamos, 8 Callie Casa from West County, 9 is Gabriella Burns from Somerville Y, 10 Grace Sapko for Long Point.
All right, these events today move much faster, so I'm going to talk about a little technique here and there. In butterfly, hands have to exit the water at your hips together. They have to go in together. Feet also have to stay together. No flutter kicks allowed.
Amelia Lennon, who is the top seed in this heat, winning at 32.29. Second was Clara Woolham at 32.53. She was on that Northbridge winning relay earlier. And Stella Lewis takes third for James Island, for Sneak Farm, I should say, in 33.87. Now we're going back to heat 2. I believe they said the false start was charged to lane 7. That is correct, yes, lane 7. In lane 1 is Madison, and we have another false start.
That Newington swimmer in lane 8 is going to be exhausted, both of them. Now that this is their full second 25 at race pace.
And everyone else has stopped except the Newington swimmers now twice. They must be so confused.
All right, so back to some technique. Yesterday, I mentioned this about the breathing.
So we're going to go to the final heat, heat 4 of the butterfly, before we swim heat 2 again. In lane 1 is Claire Heineman for Hobcog. 2 is Sophia Evans for Northbridge. 3 Charlotte Good for Daniel Island. 4 Salil Smith for Park Shore. 5 is Ellis Wilson for North Charleston. 6 Finley Bennett for Sneak Farm. 7 Isabella Nesselrode from the Somerville Y. 8 Alex Ahrens for Long Point. 9 Lila May for Daniel Island. 10 is Reese Sidebottom for Park Shore. And everybody is in this right now. Maybe Finley Bennett and Ellis Wilson slightly ahead as they hit the turn off the wall. This might be the most important part of the race. Coming through is Charlotte Good for the Daniel Island Flying Fish. Toward the bottom of your screen, Charlotte Good, she's gonna take this. In 29.78, she takes the win for Daniel Island. Finley Bennett was second, 30.09, and Alex Ahrens, the freestyle winner, takes third in 30.25.
What a great race. Charlotte Good, little sister to Connor Good, who just won the 13-14 boys freestyle. Charlotte said, it's my turn now.
This is, now we have heat 2 to finally sort this thing out. Madison Lay for Chamelon in 1. Oh, we got off to a good start.
We did.
We did it. We made it. Izzy Luciano from Adamos in 2. Avery Johnner from Hobcon 3. Sullivan Wallace for James Island in 4. Bailey Ball for Crowfield in 5. Ariana Goretti for Crowfield in 6. Emma Araya from Newington in 7. Alora Perry for Newington in 8. Kaylee Hall for Legend Oaks in 9. And Emily Petras from Ashboro in 10. Bailey Ball for the Crowfield Killer Waves. She will take it. This is actually going to move way up, I think. 33-34 for Bailey Ball. Sullivan Wallace second, 34.35.
Again, we're going to take pockets of technique throughout this because the heats run so quickly. Watch at home when the kids are breathing. Ideally, you want to breathe at what we call the top of the stroke. So when your hands are out front in that number 11 or Superman position, if you wait until your hands are by your hips and you lift your head to breathe, you kind of get that upside down hammock shape, and there's really no way to have your hips high if you're breathing and your hands are low.
Heat 1 of the boys, butterfly. Jackson Godfrey for the Somerville Y is in 4. Micah Todd from Somerville Y in 5. Michael Goretti for Crowfield in 6.
Two-hand touches at both ends are a must. Once you get off the wall, there are a lot of varieties and, of course, quick ones, but it's a lot to master. We always say, touch with 2 hands. You want to bring your knees under, almost like you're going to do a back flip, but it's initiated by the momentum of your lower body and your core. And then we say elbow your brother underwater and then slap your sister. So that idea that you're taking that one hand back really quickly to push off the wall in your streamline. David mentioned in Heat 4 of that last race, 11-12 girls, it is really, you're fatigued, you're tired, you're wiped on the way home. So I think endurance and grit really come into play the second 25 this race.
Absolutely, as the win goes to Jackson Godfrey in 49.45. This is heat number 2 in lane 1, Ian Espinosa for Ashboro. 2 is Christopher Forrest for Long Point. 3 is Wesley Missel for Legend Oaks. 4 is Miller Horn for the Country Club. 5 is Reese DuPont for James Island. 6 is Kai Williams for Newington. 7 is Isabel Cornegay for Shadow Moss. 8 is Wilson Chen for Long Point. 9 is Gabriel Jager for Ashboro.
So out front there, you see that swimmer breathing when his hands are up top. Something else important to note, there are 2 kicks per stroke in butterfly. There is a little kick when the hands go in and a big kick as the hands come out.
36.56 for him to take the win. That's Reese DuPont. Second was Kai Williams in 39.71. Looks like we are going to go to Tara for an interview here in a second. I'm going to tell you who's in Heat 3. In lane 1 is Alex Coaster, 2 Matthew Mullen, 3 Henry Smith, 4 Jesse Lempesis, 5 Ethan Leidy, 6 Henry Walton, 7 Aiden Brilatek, 8 Colton Salta, 9 Noah Pomerantz, 10 Landon Taylor. Tara.
Standing here with Charlotte Good, champion in the 11-12 girls 50 butterfly. Charlotte, you looked a little shocked that you won that race. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, what did you think about before the race? What were you trying to do?
I just wanted to do my best, and I was just getting myself ready, and I was not expecting to win, but I'm really happy.
You did. Your brother Connor got a win, and you got a win. Anyone you want to shout out to watching at home?
My friends and my grandparents.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Charlotte.
The win in that heat goes to Henry Walton in 33.78. Final heat now of boys 11-12 butterfly. In 1 is Ryan Koke for Chamelon. 2 Lucas Perry for Hobcock. 3 is Chandler Shaw for Hobcock. 4 is Cesar Ono from Crowfield. 5 your top seed Logan Patterson for Northbridge. 6 is Christian Tybalt for North Charleston. In 7 is Ethan Goji from Sneak Farm. 8 Reed Aikman for Shadow Moss. 9 is Thad Leukinger for Northbridge. 10 Nolan Mahoney for Daniel Island. Logan Patterson considerably ahead of the field right now. I think we're going to see a lot of him as he's seated first in backstroke, and I am as well. Logan Patterson into the wall at 28.12. Second is Tybalt at 30.24. Aikman takes third in 31.02.
Logan Patterson just off of the city meet record at 27.78. He was at 28.12. He did take that victory for Northbridge in style.
Fourth, by the way,